A very warm and a hearty welcome to each and every one of you friends. A very warm welcome to this very important series called Daily Legal Affairs. Today, in this particular class, we are going to discuss about two very important orders. One relating to the Narada Scam in Kolkata, where the CBI is fighting against 4 accused. And the second order that we are going to talk about today is an order coming from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court, wherein the Punjab and the Haryana High Court says that live-in relationship is against the societal norms. These are the two very important orders that we are going to talk about, or rather discuss, during the course of today's class, friends. So a very warm welcome to each and every one of you out there. And today we are going to, as I told you, that we are going to talk about two very important orders. First is an order coming from the Calcutta High Court, and I'm sure that most of you are aware of the problems that are going in Kolkata, wherein a couple of days back the governor has given the CBI the permission to prosecute 4 leaders of the Trinamool Congress. 2 of them are ministers in the Mamata Banerjee government, and 2 others, one of them is not a minister, is just an MLA, and the other person is not an MLA. So 4 politicians have been arrested about 2 days back by the CBI. The CBI court had granted bail to these 4 people, but on that very day itself, the Calcutta High Court, in a midnight hearing, has stayed the order of the CBI court granting a stay of the bail. Okay, so we are going to talk about that very important order. We are going to understand what is this Narada Scam, what happened in the scam, what were the previous orders of the court, and everything in detail. So I request in the beginning of the class itself that since we are going to discuss a very important topic today, I want you to share this video with your friends who are also preparing for CLAT, because this particular news will be a very important news for each and every one of you out there. Okay, so let's begin with today's class, friends. Okay, before we start, here are the top rankers of the CLAT mock. You can just pause after the video is over and check your score. These are the top rankers of the CLAT mock test that was conducted a couple of days back. Moving ahead, Gradeup brings to you a booster crash course batch 3 for CLAT 2021, a revision course for current affairs and legal events for CLAT 2021 again, a crash course for BHU, BLET, Jamia, LLB 2021. It's batch 2 coming up. We are also coming up with a comprehensive course for CLAT 2022 aspirants. So those of you who are in class 11 and you are preparing for CLAT 2022, here is a great chance for you to join this particular course and get your free classes, get your classes started. We have also come with this particular course, a comprehensive course for CLAT 2023. So those of you who are planning to sit for CLAT 2023 and you guys are in class 10, okay, so you have just passed class 10, here is a fantastic comprehensive course for class 10 students out there. Now, Most of you have asked, how do we attend these classes? The procedure for attending these classes for all these courses would be get your Gradeup Super subscription. So once you get your Gradeup Super subscription, you can attend all the classes that we are providing to each and every one of you. So you can join any course and every course. You can choose your timing, and that will be very, very easy for all of you out there. So definitely subscribe to our Gradeup Super and get your subscription today itself so that you get these classes. Okay, so let's start with today's important news. Two important news. First, coming from the Calcutta High Court, the CBI's case against the bail granted to Trinamool Congress leaders Firoz Hakim, Madan Mitra, Subrata Banerjee and Sovan Chatterjee in the Narada Scam case. Now, Narada Scam is a scam that had taken place around 5 to 6 years back, around in the year 2016. So, in and around 2016, a journalist dressed up like an industrialist, came and approached Firoz Hakim, Madan Mitra, Subrata Mukherjee, Sovan Chatterjee and others. And he said that I need some favors from you, provided I'm going to give you some cash. Now, in video, there were certain videos which showed that these people, these leaders were taking some money. There is no doubt about it. It was all in black and white. So there were certain videos which showed that many leaders were approached by this journalist who had dressed and portrayed himself as an industrialist, as a businessman. And in exchange of money, this businessman, this originally a journalist, wanted some favor. Now, that video was circulated, and after that, the Calcutta High Court had asked the CBI to lodge an FIR and to see who are the accused. Now, these are not the 4 people who were there in the scam. There were leaders like Suvendu Mukherjee, who is right now a BJP MLA from Nandigram. You remember that? Suvendu versus Mamata Banerjee fought that battle in Nandigram, where apparently, where on papers Mamata Banerjee lost the fight. Even Suvendu was also there in that scam. There was a video where Suvendu is found taking money from this journalist who appeared to be a businessman. Now, a couple of days back, the governor of West Bengal, Jagdeep Dhankar, has given permission to the CBI to prosecute Firoz Hakim, Madan Mitra, Subrata Mukherjee and Sovan Chatterjee. These 4 Trinamool Congress leaders. Now, these 4 leaders, politicians, were arrested thereafter by the CBI. Miss Mamata Banerjee, the Supremo, the Trinamool Congress Supremo, went to the CBI headquarters, which happens to be the Nizam Palace in Kolkata, protested against such an arrest by the CBI. Then what happened? These 4 people were produced before the court. These 4 were produced before the CBI court. And the CBI court granted bail. Now, against that order granting bail to these 4 politicians, the CBI came to the High Court. And the High Court heard this matter on that very day itself and stayed the order of the trial court. The CBI court had granted bail to these 4 people. So the High Court on that very day stayed the order of the CBI court. Now a lot of controversy arises. The first question as a normal people is this: it takes 10 years for our case to be decided by the court, and see how politicians' cases are decided so early. Justice delayed is justice denied. At the same point in time, we must remember, justice hurried is justice buried. Judges should not hurry in giving justice. If you are hurrying in giving justice, you are rather burying the justice system. Justice should be given in a patient manner. Judges must act patiently, not something like, okay, in one case they act very hurriedly, in some other case there is a delay of 15 years, 20 years. That is not how judges or the courts should function in a democratic country like India. So that's the first case. I'm going to discuss the orders and the relevant things that the court has said, as well as the scam in detail in today's class. Now, the other important order that I'm going to discuss today is the Punjab and the Haryana High Court's order, a very controversial order, which says that a live-in relationship is morally and socially not acceptable in our society. Whether live-in relationship is acceptable or not acceptable, let's see what the Supreme Court had to say earlier. We are going to talk about the Supreme Court judgment in relation to live-in relationship. So be with me till the end of the class, and we are going to understand all these things in a much detailed manner. So let's start with the first important case coming from the Calcutta High Court, the Narada Scam. The High Court had stayed the order of the CBI court granting bail to the 4 politician accused. Now, what is this Narada Scam? What is this Narada Scam? Now, this scam was conducted by Matthew Samuel. Matthew Samuel, a journalist, had conducted this sting operation, who had formed a fictitious company called Apex Consultancy Solution and had approached several TMC ministers, MPs and leaders, asking them for favors in return for money. So a journalist of a news channel called Matthew Samuel, formed a fictitious company called Apex Consultancy Solutions and had approached several TMC leaders, member of parliament and other leaders, asking favors in return for money. Now, who are those people who were caught on camera taking money? Trinamool Congress MP Mukul Roy. Today Mukul Roy is a member of the BJP. I think he is the vice president or the president of West Bengal BJP. You had Shaugato Roy, the former governor, and he is right now associated with the BJP. Kakoli Ghosh Dostidar, Prasun Banerjee, Suvendu Adhikari, and others were caught as taking money, along with Minister Madan Mitra, Subrata Mukherjee, Firad Hakim, and others. So both a lot of Trinamool Congress MLAs were caught. MLAs and MPs were caught on camera taking money when this Matthew Samuel person approached them as a businessman asking them for favors. Now what happens? Now Saugata Roy, Mukul Roy, Suvendu Adhikari, they were all members of the Trinamool Congress. Now they changed their alliance to the BJP very recently, around a year back. Now, after they had changed their position from BJP to from Trinamool Congress to BJP, let's see what happened. Now, initially, after this scam had taken place, the Calcutta High Court had directed that a CBI inquiry takes place. So this happens in 2017. The Calcutta High Court directs that a preliminary inquiry be conducted by the CBI. And the Calcutta High Court also directed the CBI to register an FIR against those who are involved in this Narada sting operation. Now, after that, election results came very recently, where Mamata Banerjee retained her power in West Bengal for the third consecutive time. Now, after BJP lost the election, the CBI wanted to investigate in this Narada scam, and it had asked the West Bengal governor Jagdeep Dhankar to permit them to prosecute Subrata Mukherjee, Firad Hakim, Madan Mitra and Sovan Chatterjee. The governor of West Bengal, Jagdeep Dhankar, who is also in the news for good reasons as well as bad reasons, has accorded permission to the CBI. On 17th of May, these four accused who were granted permission to be arrested, to be prosecuted, were arrested, and on the same day, the CBI court had granted bail to the accused. Am I clear? Now, on that very day when they were arrested, in the middle of the day, they were granted bail, and in the evening, what happens? Let's see. In the evening, the Calcutta High Court stayed the order granting bail. The Calcutta High Court records that this court has been called upon to deal with an extraordinary situation where the Chief Minister of the state was in a dharna outside the CBI office along with her supporters, which had investigated the case and was to present a charge sheet in court against the accused, who are senior party leaders of the party in power in the state, some of them being ministers. Not only this, the law minister of the state was present inside the court where the accused were presented along with 2,000 to 3,000 supporters. Now, this is the real crux of the case. The moment these four politicians were arrested and taken into custody, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, and others sat on a dharna in front of the CBI office in Kolkata. And The law minister of West Bengal, himself was present inside the court when these four accused were presented before the court. The High Court says that the law minister remained in the court complex throughout the day till the arguments were heard. Now here is very, very important. Please try to understand. The law minister remained in the court complex throughout the day till the arguments were heard. In these facts and circumstances, if an order is passed by the court, if an order is passed by the CBI court in the presence of the law minister himself, the same will not have faith and confidence of the people in the system and administration of justice. So people will not have faith in the judgment if a judgment is passed by a trial court in the presence of the law minister. Confidence of the people in the justice system will be eroded in case such types of incidents are allowed to happen in the matters where political leaders are arrested and are to be produced in the court. Public trust and confidence in the judicial system is more important, it being the last resort. Adding to it, the court also said that they may have a feeling that people at large, people of the country will have a feeling that there is no rule of law which prevails, but it is a mob which has an upper hand, and especially in a case where it is led by the chief minister of the state in the office of the CBI and by the law minister of the state in the court complex. So we had seen in this particular case the chief minister inside in front of the CBI office and the law minister inside the court complex. Now if an order is passed, then what will people have? People will think just because the chief minister and the law minister was there in the court was forced to pass such an order. So such a kind of a thing is antithesis to rule of law. That is what the court had to say. Furthermore, while granting stay of the bail, the court says that we are not touching on the merits of the controversy, but the manner in which pressure was sought to be put will not inspire confidence in the people in the rule of law. Now, the manner in which the chief minister was present, the law minister was present in the entire situation while the court granted bail, the CBI court granted bail, people will lose their confidence in the rule of law. Right? As during the period when the arguments were heard, the order was passed by the court below, we deem it appropriate to stay that order and direct that the accused person shall be treated to be in judicial custody till further orders. So, the High Court stayed the CBI court's order that granted bail to the four accused politicians. Am I clear? Okay, I hope that you guys did understand these guys. The matter, we do not have the judgment right now. It's still, hearing is going on. Tomorrow also we will have to see the hearing. Today also Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the senior advocate in the Supreme Court, appeared for the accused and was opposed by the CBI lawyer Tushar Mehta, the Solicitor General of India. So we have at one end Abhishek Manu Singhvi, a great lawyer, currently appearing for the accused before the Calcutta High Court, and opposing CBI's counsel Tushar Mehta, who is also the Solicitor General of India. Am I clear? Are you guys understanding, friends? It's a very, very important controversy. I want each and every one of you to know this. Okay? Okay, am I clear? Okay, fantastic. Now, let's move on to the next important order. coming from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court. The Punjab and the Haryana High Court says that live-in relationship is morally and socially not acceptable. So this is an order coming from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court. So let's see the facts of the case. A 19-year-old woman from Uttar Pradesh and a 22-year-old man from Punjab had approached the High Court asking for a direction to the police to protect their life and liberty from the woman's family. Now, the woman's family from Uttar Pradesh did not want the woman to get involved or to get, having a relationship with this man. And these two people are staying together even though they are not married. So they are in a live-in relationship. So a 19-year-old woman and a 22-year-old man are living together, and they were, there were a lot of threats that were coming from the woman's family. So the Punjab and the Haryana High Court was approached by these two people asking a direction to the police to protect their life and liberty. So let's see what the Punjab and the Haryana High Court has said. The Punjab and the Haryana High Court says, as a matter of fact, the petitioners, that is the 19-year-old woman and the 22-year-old man, in the garb of filing the present petition, are seeking a seal of approval on their live-in relationship, which is morally and socially not acceptable, and no protection order in the petition can be passed. The petition stands dismissed accordingly. So the Punjab and the Haryana High Court very categorically states that a live-in relationship is morally and socially not acceptable by the society. Am I clear? So how many of you agree with what the Punjab and the Haryana High Court had to say? How many of you agree with what the Punjab and the Haryana High Court had to say? Do you agree or do you not agree? Please tell me. Just type in your answers in the chat box. Okay. So let's see whether it is legal or illegal. A lot of you are saying, sir, live-in relationship is legal. But let's see what the Supreme Court had to say about live-in relationship. Supreme Court in Shakti Vahini versus Union of India. The Supreme Court in Shakti Vahini versus Union of India had held that assertion of choice is an inseparable facet of liberty and dignity. You want to live with someone, with a man, you want to live with a woman, it's your choice. That is called right to privacy. That is called right to life. That is called your liberty. That is called your dignity. Today, the Supreme Court has allowed LGBTs their rights. LGBT community have finally got their rights back. Now, how can you today say that just because a person is in a live-in relationship, that is immoral, that is against the society, that is unlawful? Can you say that? Now, another very important judgment that I would want to say. The Supreme Court again in Nandakumar versus State of Kerala held that live-in relationship is recognized by the legislature itself, by the parliament itself, which has found its place under the provisions of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, wherein the parliament made a law under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005, which says that a woman living in a live-in relationship in the nature of marriage may file a complaint against his male partner and his relative for domestic violence. So under the domestic violence law, under the domestic violence law, very, very important, under the domestic violence law, a woman who is in a live-in relationship can file a complaint against his male partner and his relative for causing domestic violence. So the parliament itself has acknowledged live-in relationship. The Supreme Court, in a number of judgments, has acknowledged live-in relationship. A year back, the Supreme Court acknowledged the rights of the LGBT community. So we see the Supreme Court moving ahead, and we see today Punjab and Haryana High Court moving backward. Did you guys understand? Did you guys understand, friends? Okay, so please try to understand that here is a very, very important case. Here is a very, very important judgment wherein we see two facets. We see the Supreme Court moving ahead. It acknowledges live-in relationship. It acknowledges the fact that a woman or a man should have his or her own right to choose with whom he or she wants to live, with whom he or she wants to sleep. Now, you cannot force a man that no, you have to sleep, you have to stay with Mr. A or Mr. Y. Is that liberty? Right to life, remember, is one of the most important right that has been envisaged under the Indian Constitution. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution provides every citizen the right to live his life with full freedom, full liberty, and you cannot be forced by anyone. Am I clear? Today the Supreme Court has acknowledged, the LGBTs, their rights. The LGBT community has been given their rights. Now, what is happening in these cases is the fact that the husband and the wife or the couples, they have no problem staying together. The problem arises with the parents. The parents have, over the years that we see in this legal field, have not accepted that. But the Supreme Court has shown a very, very broad-shoulderedness or broad-mindedness, accepting the rights of people to live together. I am sure that this order, which has come from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court, which has been criticized very across India, I'm sure that the Supreme Court will interfere in this matter. The Supreme Court will definitely interfere in this matter, and we will see someday that the Supreme Court stays or reverses this particular judgment coming from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court. Okay, fantastic. So friends, today we did discuss two very, very important orders. The first order coming from the Calcutta High Court relating to the Narada Scam. Narada Scam. What is the scam all about? What did the High Court say? What was the role of these ministers? Everything I have discussed. So I want each and every one of you that after the video is over, watch the video once again. Watch the video once again, so that, because this is a very, very important thing, friends. Okay, the Narada Scam. Okay, when the final judgment comes, we will definitely have a class on that. But definitely, it's very, very important. I want each and every one of you to, after the video is over, watch it once again. Okay, And the second one is an order coming from the Punjab and Haryana High Court relating to live-in relationship. Okay, fantastic. So I believe that you guys did understand these two important orders. Okay, I'm sure that you guys were able to understand. So do like the session. I'm sure that you have liked the session. So if you have liked it, definitely press the like button. Do comment on the video after the video is over. Share this video with your friends, because this is a very, very important class that we had. We did discuss about two very, very important and crucial judgments. One from the Calcutta High Court, the other from the Punjab and the Haryana High Court. Do subscribe to this beautiful channel meant and dedicated for CLAT and other law college aspirants. If you guys have any queries or any doubts, you can call us, or you can WhatsApp us in this official WhatsApp number, that is 93544 And if you guys have any course related query, you can call us at 96500 as well as 9319599 With this, we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye. Good night. See you tomorrow at 8. Thank you.